welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara O'Brien. Joining me this week are Ed Gamble, Holly Walsh and Rob Beckett, Milton Jones, Hugh Dennis and Ed Byrne. We start with a round called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So here's a picture of the Chancellor of the Exchequer this week. So what's going on here?
Is he trying to knock Boris Johnson off his bike? He's got a look in his eye like that's what he's trying to do.
David says I should always be the receiver.
Is this Osborne's idea of sports casual?
Yeah, that is actually boarding school PE kit.
If you catch the ball, he takes away your disability benefits.
Is this November in the least sexy charity calendar ever? just hold it.
It looks like the advert... It looks like some sort of, like, high-end sex doll for women with very low self-esteem.
He's going, all right, Dave, let's play a game. Let's play Piggy in the... Oh, no, let's not play that. Right.
To be honest, he's probably thinking this is exactly the kind of photo they use on Mock the Week.
I know we're all be seeing this on a Thursday night. And on Dave forever. As I'm trapped in this quasi-athletic pose for all eternity.
Have they done away with the red briefcase? Is that...
Is it Conservative leadership contest hots up when they find Thatcher's last egg?
Oh, I wish that was the actual answer.
Do you think that they have, like, sort of break time in number 10, where they all just sort of go down at 11 o'clock and just play games?
What, like prison?
In the yard.
Yard time.
Yeah, yard time. You just walk around.
Just out of shot is Cameron just doing weights, just really...
Tatted up. You never see that way. When he takes all, he's got a sleeve tattoo of, like...
There's Boris Johnson making a shank out of a toothbrush.
Yeah. Labour leaders, like, with one tier for each Labour leader. Do you know what it is? Why is in the news this week?
They had their conference, didn't they? The Conservative Party.
Indeed they did. Thank you very much, Rob. You're absolutely spot on there. Yes, this is Chancellor George Osborne ahead of the Conservative Party conference this week. A recent survey has put him well ahead of his rivals to succeed David Cameron as the party leader. It's exciting to know that this has already started.
Yeah.
Party leader election, which will take place in 2019. And there's already polls about who's going to be taking over.
Well, I hope it's not him, actually. I hope it's Boris. Because if Boris gets in and Corbyn's in, you can forget about politics altogether. Don't have an election. Have no election at all and just settle it all with a bicycle race. First one to brighten forms of government.
Well, have you watched the conference?
I'm waiting until the full box set comes out.
Really?
I'm just going to binge watch
If you dip in and dip out, does it ruin it for you?
Yeah, it really does. I don't get the full character development.
No, you're right. Yeah.
That's the other pose the sex doll does.
That is, yes.
He's doing a Spice Girls dance routine.
That is previous to his speech. That is a stance he adopted. I don't know for how long, or was it just a lucky photograph, or was he like that for the entire speech? Just standing awkwardly, buffeted against a wind that we can't picture.
He did an interview that made him look... I think the idea was to make him look sort of human. But he said it was just it was like he was deliberately trying to throw people with the things he was into, like some of his favourite Train Spotting, one of his favourite films, or one of his favourite gigs he ever went to was NWA.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't believe he hasn't got that mixed up with something else. I'm sure he went to see TLC.
or just was once in NW8. Which is Primrose Hill, as far as I know. It's a very nice part of London, the kind of place he'd be hanging. But that is actually NWA. He saw them at the Brixton Academy when he was a student.
Maybe it's a singer from his village called Nice White Alan.
Or it's the National Waterways Association, which is a lot harder to do a drive-by with a barge.
Did they not do a track called Fuck the Police, though?
They did, yes.
And is that not being a guide to his Home Office spending cuts?
What does NWA stand for again, Dara?
It stands... Nice lads with attitude. That is for them to say. It is for them to say that is the way it works. That is the way it works. Them's the rules. That's fine.
Yeah,
equally, they can't call me Paddy. It's, you know, whenever I meet Ice Cube, I say, da-da-da-da-da-da, and he goes,
PWA, is that what you call it?
Yeah, Paddy's with attitude.
Yeah.
I've often joshed with Ice about that. That's what I would call the band. Fuck the Gardaí. Just for the Irish.
Such a strong statement. I don't think I couldn't do that. My level's like finger a special constable. That's.
Did he not? He also said, didn't he, that in this interview that he'd lost a lot of weight over the last year.
He lost all that weight doing the 5-2 diet,
Yeah.
which is where you eat for 5 days and then you starve yourself for 2 days. And he liked it so much, he put loads of families on it.
I like the idea of Tories wander around Manchester. So, oh, so what? Is it Zone 70? I've been up here before. Chips and gravy. You got any jus?
Have you ever seen Ian and Duncan Smith in the same room?
Have you, for the last one, thought they were a double act?
It's obviously some kind of benefit scam.
I'll just sign this for Duncan Smith as well.
It sounds like it's a nickname, doesn't it? Like Ian Duncan. How'd you get that then?
He loves a biscuit, doesn't he? Stashing them, mate. Hobnobs. Covered in hobnobs, he is, Ian.
It sounds like Ian Duncan Smith used to work as a plasterer or something. Yeah. Oh, he used to walk in, down the sides.
Yeah.
Oh, Duncan Smith. That's what he called Ian.
We lost that contract, the amount of biscuits he ate.
Yeah, leave it at Duncan. I really can't do an English accent, I apologise.
Was that an English accent?
Yeah, it was.
Leave it at Duncan.
Yes.
Oh, don't go and do that to me. No, not now, not with the biscuits.
Oh, Duncan.
Get out them apples and pears, man.
Oh, I'll be getting all this for my trouble and straw.
That's so racist, though.
Yeah, it's my heritage.
Yeah.
Sorry. What is Michael Gove planning for British prisons?
He's going to sell them.
He's going to sell them off. For what, though?
He's going to sell them off in inner-city prisons. He's actually going to sell off of flats, isn't he? They won't be calling them prisons, obviously. They'll call them gated communities.
I only hope that the viewing starts early and there's people, middle-class couples looking around going, oh, yes, no. Oh, no, we'll knock through here. And there's a bloke going, try that.
Already is, though. He's trying to reform the prisons after he turned the school system into the prison system.
Yeah.
That's right, innit?
You get, sometimes when I'm sitting next to Rob, I feel like a bus driver with a guy just standing up front talking to me.
Another thing,
And you know how you stop yourself falling over if you're doing that? You've got to really just spread your legs across.
In France, is it called doing a bit of croissant?
What's
Doing a bit of porridge, innit?
Oh, porridge, sorry, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. I wasn't in my world. I bought Alpen the other day without added sugar. I was only sick. It was like eating the bottom of the hamster cage.
How do you know that?
Because I was really hungry one morning and I didn't...
A lot of prisons are more independent now anyway. Broadmoor, Strangeways, Australia.
By the way, Jeremy Hunt on the train, do you know what happened to him?
Yeah.
He pulled the emergency brake.
No, he didn't pull the emergency brake. He pulled the
Emergency alarm.
He pulled the emergency alarm while in the toilet, got confused about how a toilet worked, pulled the emergency alarm, and then they made an announcement. Somebody has pulled the emergency alarm in the toilet, if anyone could go, you know, because no doctors were there, because they're all still working, and couldn't get to it. And then he, like, the door had to open, shunk, in that kind of Star Trek style-y, and the Minister for Health had to walk out and go, no.
I always wondered this about guys on trains. Like, do you stand up to pee or do you sit down to pee because it's moving so much?
Oh, I stand, yeah, because it's an exciting challenge.
Yeah.
You have to stand. You call it. Basically, you stand as Osborne does just
It's
before
exactly
a
the
spin.
stance. Legs far apart.
yeah,
And,
and then-
so that actually, in many ways, you're much closer because you've moved your entire hippage is lower, right? Yeah. And then one arm holding the back wall and the other arm holding a pole, and then, you know, you're there. You're
And sometimes, just to add an extra bit of spice, we won't lock the door.
tick-tock, tick-tock, and any minute that's going to open. And somebody's going to see me in cruciform position.
But then eventually that buzz goes, and then you have to do a stand-up poo just to really get that high.
Yeah.
If you're not standing up, you miss the whole of that vacuum thing, which is the best thing about trained Lees, isn't it? You're like on a normal flight. There's nothing exciting about that, is it? Girls don't see it, do they? Because they're still sitting down when they press the button and it
No,
goes...
no, we get up. We get up to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're up by then.
Like, we would be sealed in it if we... You would go in there and you would just find some woman's waiting for you to prize her off.
You're not necessarily...
Prince Charming to the rescue. Yeah, milady, would you like me to...
I like how quickly we've moved from the Tory party conference to shitting.
Yeah. At the end of that round, the post with Ed Hugh Milton. Now we play a round called GWA, Gaggers with Attitude. This game involves Milton Jones and Ed Gamble, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel for the first topic. And the first subject is parenthood. Who wants to come in on that? Ed.
I've been thinking recently that I should maybe have a baby, but thought about it and definitely not. Couldn't handle that amount of responsibility, something that precious. It's terrifying. You know, I've got friends who've just had a baby and they offer that thing around like a plate of biscuits. Do you want to hold my baby? Do you want to hold my baby? I don't want to touch your baby. That is a heart in a bag. I'm going nowhere near that thing. You wouldn't send the work experience into the boardroom, would you? Start me off at holding your uncle and I will work my way up. This is Uncle Toby, 47, from Swansea. Don't worry about dropping me, Ed. I am absolutely shit-faced. Still can't help it. I still think I might want a baby. Like, there's just moments in life I'm just grabbing at signs from the universe. Think, oh, maybe I should have a baby. It happened to me the other day. I was in the queue in a shop to buy a new light bulb. Because I'm not a student anymore, my light bulb had gone. I'm not going to sit there in the dark for 6 months. So I was in the queue, and in the queue in front of me was a man with a baby. He was a dad. You've got to give people the benefit of the doubt in that scenario. Can't go storming in going, excuse me, is that your baby? You've just got to admit it probably is, right? And on the wall, there were these light switches. They weren't real light switches. They were just, like, designer ones to show you what they would look like on the wall. And the baby was playing with them. It was going, ah-da-da-da-da-da, playing with them. And the dad was going, yeah, try that one. And was going, ah-da-da. I saw that. I thought, ooh, that's quite sweet. Maybe I want a baby. There's something in that tableau that I quite like. Maybe I want a baby. Am I broody? Is this brood? And then the dad walked off with the baby, and I wandered over to the light switches and started playing with them. I thought, oh, no, that's what I wanted.
Well good, Ed. So that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is transport.
So I was on the bus the other day. Driver stopped, got off, wouldn't come back. Apparently some bloke with big teeth kept talking to him. Before that, though, I overheard a mermaid on the bus. She said,
I like sitting on the beach, but my other half likes swimming.
anyway, reading between the lines is dangerous if you're waiting for a train. Anyway, I did a show in Liverpool recently, and afterwards a bloke came up to me and said,
Hey, listen, I want to talk.
I said, well, just keep practising. Next month, I'm in Northern Ireland, County Down, 4, 3, 2... I don't need a relationship. I am a rock. I'm an island. Sometimes I go down to airport arrivals and I stand with a piece of cardboard saying, no one. Well, I did that until I had to give a lift to a Mr. Noon.
Well done. Give that round of applause for Ed Gamble. Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Holly, which category would you like?
Please, may I have home news?
OK, home news it is. The answer is poultry, axes and pills. What is the question?
Is this the ingredients for the hardest ever episode of Ready, Steady, Cook?
Is it what gave my sister the hen night she wasn't expecting?
Is it what 3 things are inadvisable to smuggle up your arse?
What are the only 3 ways I can still get the horn?
Is it what is the actual title of an aisle in Aldi?
Is it what accessories come with the Charlie Sheen action figure?
What 3 things do you need if you're going to cook cock ovalium?
Is it a night out of Bill Cosby?
Is it what respectively makes you a threat to vegans, trees and headaches?
Triple threat.
Is it what ingredients does Heston Blumenthal need to make a lemon meringue pie?
What are the only 3 things the BBC haven't managed to build a bake-off style show around?
What 3 things do you need if you're going to make an abattoir where the chickens have a choice?
Oh, that is... Wow, that is dark. So I put it to you again, Mac Cluckerson. Shall I do it or shall you do it? Then you know the correct answer.
What are you allowed to have a plastic... OK, what are you allowed to get a free plastic bag with if you're buying? I didn't say this right.
Say it one more time.
OK. Because it's really technical. Because it's like, it's... What are you allowed... What? No, I can't do it.
You have all the bit...
What does it... What are the exceptions? OK, I've got it.
For which items?
What are the exceptions to the free plastic bag? No. What are the... I've got it!
What 3 products would exempt you from the 5p charge on a plastic bag?
That's
I was going to say
right.
that! I was going to say that!
Yes. The question I was looking for is, what are some of the items that are exempt from the new 5p charge for plastic carrier bags? The government introduced the charge throughout England on Monday to reduce litter and protect the environment.
Like, you're paying 5p for a bag, you can get a trolley for £1, can't you?
The reaction has been fairly over the top. This is the front page of the Daily Mail. Plastic bags, chaos looms. Because you got to pay 5p. This is a thing that was introduced in Scotland, in Wales, in Northern Ireland, in the Republic of Ireland. It's been there for 10 years.
Yes, but be honest, Dara, you and I moved here when it was brought in the Republic of Ireland because of the Armageddon that it
created.
Ireland was laid waste. People fought over bags, put them over each other's heads, choked people. It was horrible.
It was
That's
brother against brother. Yeah. It was father against mother. It was carnage in Ireland over the bags. What? What a bag? How... It was screaming.
Armageddon.
5p a bag, though, that's good, isn't it? I've got loads of plastic bags under my sink. I'm going to start selling them outside Asda for 4p.
Yeah, people are opening that drawer and going, I'm a millionaire!
It might turn into an insult, though, mightn't it? 5p bag. You just go, yeah, your mum's a 5p bag, mate.
If you was in a massive Tesco and you got yourself a bit of Cherokee gear, you could... do you not buy Cherokee from Tesco?
What's Cherokee?
It's their brand of clothes in Tesco.
On
not in my world, am I? It's my first suit from Asda. 20 quid. I nearly caught fire walking down the road. This hanger just stack, threw it in the air. Caught on the ceiling.
From now on, I shall only wear Cherokee.
If you buy clothes in the supermarkets, will you get a nice bag? Or...
I'm sorry, I'm more intrigued that the Tesco clothing range is called Cherokee.
Something like that. I might be saying it wrong, because I said... What did I say wrong the other day? Those Mikados.
Mikado.
I say
Why are you looking at me like we live together? What was it wrong the other day, love? What was it?
I did the opposite of that with your mispronunciation. I accidentally called Wagamamas Wagamamas. That's the poshest thing I've ever done in my life. Wagamamas.
Wagamamas. I prefer Wagapapas, but Wagamamas will do it in pub.
When we were underage and trying to get served in pubs, you know Bombardier, the ale Bombardier, one of my friends panicked and said, "Can I have a pint of Bombardier, please?"
In other news, what unexpectedly appeared in St Albans recently?
Is this the big hole?
Yeah. It's the big hole, yeah. It's
the sinkhole.
The sinkhole, yeah. This is the hole that appeared in St Albans last week. It's 33 feet deep and about 60 foot across.
Oh,
that probably doesn't give the full scale of it. I think we've been... that's just appeared one day.
If that is the sinkhole, what does the sink look like? That picture, though, is completely weird, isn't it? There looks like there is a tennis ball.
Unhelpfully placed for scale is a hedge that looks exactly like a tennis ball. So people go, it's not that big. It's about you can fit about 4 tennis balls into that.
I think it's interesting that you say what appeared, a hole appeared. I would think of that as the ground disappeared. That's the way I would view that as. We've got a whole... we've got less roads now.
I wish you'd just take a massive spliff of that wine.
I mean, has a hole appeared or has the ground disappeared? When you think about it, maybe the inmates are really, free and we are the prisoners.
What if we put the deficit in a rocket and sent it into a black hole?
Suddenly Milton's shirt's making a lot more sense.
See, what I would love to do is get myself a high-vis vest and a clipboard and go up and knock on that door and go, "Have you got planning permission for this swimming pool?"
They have popped up more and more. I mean, there's one that footage we have of one in South Korea, and this is just taken from one of those kind of transport buses which are on the side of a tram in...
Is that your bus, Ollie?
Yeah. No, hopping off. I'll start my day. Oh, yeah, all right, on the way to work, and then...
That is a horrible version of you being framed they've got.
That is the squarest sinkhole you will ever see.
That black bloke with a hat on's going, no one's going to believe they just fell in. I'm going to get in trouble.
Who was the last to see them? Oh, it was me. No, they fell in a hole! They fell in a hole!
It would be awesome if he then just jumped in the hole.
OK, give it and first go to Rob Holiday. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see, so if everyone can make their way over to the performance area. I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a news programme.
And the markets are as followed. £3 a loose banana there, £3 a juicy straw.
Well, he went in half an hour ago and he still hasn't come out, so I can only assume he's having a very big poo.
Sad news now. Wally has been found. His funeral's next week. No one knows where, but that's what he would have wanted.
As I stand here in this village where the water is ridden with disease and human faeces, we have to ask ourselves one question. Why did I choose to wear flip-flops?
Sorry, I just wanted to check something. I'm standing just a stone's throw from where the meeting is taking place.
With thousands dead, there looks like no end to the bloodshed. I've been Holly Walsh for the BBC, reporting from Midsummer.
Welcome to Fox News. The bastards have been through the bins again and shit on the drive.
And the Italian wing of Heinz Soup has been put into administroni.
I'm on the scene where the search continues for the beloved pantomime star. What's that? He's where?
The fighting here has been drawn out and bloody, but I have finally got my microphone back from that bastard at Sky News.
We cross live now to the King's Road, where Jose Mourinho has no trousers or pants on and is telling the pigeons it's the referee's fault.
And we've got Barry Chuckle on the scene of the crime. Barry, to you.
It's not good news. I've just been talking to the American ambassador and I said to him, surely now Osama bin Laden has gone from terrorist to martyr. He said, we say tomato.
Is there sexism at the BBC? Let's ask Sally Johnson, who's our lovely smiles and pretty cakes correspondent.
This is the first time I have reported from the Pamplona Bull Run. Fucking hell!
OK, the next topic is unlikely agony aunt letters.
Dear Deirdre, why does semen make you fat?
Dear Deirdre, I have spent the last 6 months living with a beautiful woman. But yesterday, she found out.
Dear Deirdre, I swear Eastern European meerkats are trying to sell me car insurance. Am I going mad?
Dear Deirdre, last time I wrote to you, you told me that there was nothing wrong with masturbation. Why then, yesterday, did I get thrown off the bus?
My girlfriend's livid because I got drunk and did a shit on the roof. Please tell me, how can I wipe the slate clean?
I have terrible trust issues. Please help me, Deirdre, if that's your real name.
Dear Deirdre, my husband is pressurising me to try Alan. Also, how do I turn off predictive text?
Dear Deirdre, I have just bought a diesel VW and I am fuming.
My wife wants us to experiment in the bedroom, but last time we did that, the Bunsen burner singed my pubes.
Dear Deirdre, I can only achieve orgasm while writing a letter. Do you think it's... It doesn't matter.
Dear Deirdre, how do I turn off caps lock?
Dear Deirdre, look, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Is there any other tips on satisfying my wife?
As we own our own business, my wife and I often make love at work, and we love to try new positions. Tomorrow, I'm finance director, and she's head of IT.
Dear Deirdre, I have a mole on the end of my penis. How much trouble am I in with the RSPCA?
At the end of that round, the boys go to Rob, Holly and Ed. That's the end of the show. This week's winners are Ed Gamble, Holly Walsh and Rob Beckett. Commiserations to Milton Jones, Hugh Des and Ed Byrne. Thank you for watching. I'm Dara Breen. Good night.